My name is Jim. I had surgery on my right knee 4 weeks ago Wednesday. I've had an incredibly good recovery. I've suffered from osteoarthritis for probably the last 20 years. Genetically, my mother and father both had arthritis, and it's become more and more of an issue as I've gotten older. So I had my first knee replacement 2 years ago. Went very, very well with the aid of the X10 machine. And I'm successfully completing another go-around with the X10 right now on my right knee. Both of my surgeries have been done by Dr. Charles Taunt in Lansing, Michigan, who I think has done a wonderful job, and I think his skill and expertise has had a great deal of influence on my recovery, along with my motivation and the X10 machine. I am 75 years old, but I'm healthy and I do live an active life, and my knees have really curtailed my ability to do a lot of things. I'm certainly planning on being much more active come this next winter because my healing is going very well. I hike a lot, which has been curtailed a great deal in the last few years because of my knees. I spend 5 or 6 weeks in Hawaii and do a lot of hiking there. Well, hiking for me is not a walk in the woods. It's up and down over rocky terrain. I need a lot of flexion extension of my knees to do it without pain, which I have not been able to do for the last few years. Flexion and extension are important in hiking because you're not going up even terrain like going up your stairs. Everything's uneven and rocky, and some steps are very small, some steps are very, very large, and climbing over boulders and over trees and such like that. So your knees have got to work to be able to do that. Whenever I'm up against anything medically, I try to research it as well as I can. I did find early on that the stronger you were going into a surgery of the type I did, the better your recovery is. Having the X10 machine, I was able to continue getting my flexion and extension much, much better. I read the prescription that I was to give to the physical therapist, and I read what the goals of the prescription were as far as flexion and extension and strength and just lifestyle, and realized that within a week post-surgery, I had attained and overachieved all of the goals on the prescription. My range of motion came by very, very quickly, and I was able to use it to the extent of the machine at 0 degrees extension and 130 degrees flexion. Then it was time to strengthen. My range of motion and my strength is coming beautifully. So I'm a firm believer in the machine. I think that it should be available to most people. It's hard to understand why more people aren't using it, or it is not being prescribed to more people. That doesn't make sense to me.